The marketing
Excellent.
conference today,
Really good. Yeah, really helpful. Yeah.
Any particular? Did you get out of it what you wanted today?
Absolutely. It's a great opportunity to network and also to hear the speakers today.
Any particular speaker or message come across that was important to you?
I just think it's going to be very challenging times ahead. Everything is changing, the market's changing, and we just need to keep up to date on what's happening and what consumers want. I think consumers
And your name
are
is?
key. Lisa Lanigan.
Pleased to meet you, Lisa.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Bye-bye. How did you find the conference today?
Doug, well, given that we were the sponsors, I thought it was very good. I thought it was excellent. I picked the chairman for the afternoon was excellent, particularly. Yeah, he was very good. It was me.
Well, did it meet your expectations?
Did it? That was first class. I thought the speakers were first class. Very well prepared, very well rehearsed. Excellent job and brilliant attendance. I mean, to get it over so like that is fantastic, you know. So overall, absolutely, that was one of the better ones.
So you're looking forward now to relaxing for the next hour?
Yes,
Meeting a few more.
It's the marketing bar. That's where we're going to discuss marketing at length.
Exactly. Thank you.
Thanks very much.
Thank you. Afternoon to you.
Afternoon.
How did you find the conference for you today?
Absolutely superb, I have to say. I think every speaker was excellent and extremely informative.
Good. Anything in particular stand out was important to you?
I was interested to know about sponsorship. I was also interested to see the last speaker and the trends that are coming out within 2006 in marketing, and I also just found some of the case studies fascinating, like the Innocent, like Walker's Crisps, etc. Just fascinating to find out how they started, what's made them successful, what's been the secrets of their success.
And will you be here again next year?
Definitely.
Good. Thanks.
Definitely.
Caroline.
Caroline from Green Star. Yes.
Great meeting.
Thank you very much.
And
Alison Hennessy from Flexco. I think
Flexco.
Caroline has said it all. Actually, I have to say it was a fantastic day, particularly the last speaker, and I think the his name escapes me from Innocent this morning was absolutely fantastic. Yeah,
So
so
you
it was
got
a great day.
lots of good ideas.
Absolutely, yeah,
And you recommend to others next year?
absolutely, yeah, it was a great day.
Good.
Some have paired up, some haven't. You give me a bad name.
Okay, how did you find the conference today?
I thought the conference was stimulating. It was bouncy. They moved it along well. It was well managed. We got what you wanted out of this is half a dozen little nuggets. I certainly got that.
So it lived up to your expectations?
It did. I think it exceeded them. And one of the things I can tell you about this conference is every year I go to it, they get younger and I get older. And I've been going to it 15 years. So no, it's been a good conference. Some really good, compelling speakers, and altogether well.
Any particular topics stand out for you that was important?
Topics that are important. I think it's really marketing is changing rapidly, and the old tools and techniques are for the dustbin, and the future is completely different. And it's really about, I think, you shred your strategic marketing plans, you rewrite them every 6 months, and you need to get into this online marketing. Absolutely key.
Excellent, thank you.
Thanks.
Hi.
Good afternoon.
Hi.
How did you find the conference?
It was really interesting. It was really good to get to hear all the different case studies and find out what they were doing and how they made it, because they're the people you're really going to listen to, because they've been there and they're quite happy to tell us their mistakes. Jay Burke was like, the first thing said the very first really successful restaurant he ever had was Cafe Bordelli, and that was like 15 years later. So it's really good to hear the real story. So it was really, really good.
And what aspect of marketing are you involved in?
I'm actually the marketing manager for Brown Sandwich Bars, so the real entrepreneurial spirit, something like with Innocent and Dan Germain and Jay Burke, I could really, really relate to.
And your name is?
Elaine Mellon.
Great meeting you, Lorraine.
Nice to meet you.
Do you recommend this conference again next year?
Oh, absolutely. I think it's a really good event.
And tell us, who's your colleague?
This is our UK marketing manager.
The UK marketing manager for O'Brien's as well, yeah.
Right, and how did you find the conference?
Really enjoyed it as well. Again, just like Elaine was saying, Innocent Drinks, fantastic. Jay Burke as well. And even then from the procurement side of things, very interesting to get some of the more technical aspects as well.
How does the UK market compare with the Irish market?
In terms of O'Brien's, well, I'm trying to take some learnings from what Elaine's done in Ireland. We've about the same number of stores in the UK as we have in Ireland. Obviously a much bigger geographical area to cover as well. So I'm working away. Yeah, exactly. We're growing there as well, so it's great. Yeah.
Very best of luck.
Thanks very much. Thank you.
Good evening, Adna. How are you?
Great, and
How
yourself?
did the conference go for you today?
Excellent, very
Good.
informative, good range of speakers, some gurus, some casuals, some very, very stiff old school, but a great mix of things.
What stood out for you today that you're going to bring home with you that's important?
Well, my own company, we'd have similar values to what Dan is doing in Innocent, but it's nice to see that you can maintain some of those values and still run a 50 million euro company.
And would you recommend this to younger marketeers next year?
Absolutely. Some superb networking opportunities as well as learning the latest trends. I thought the last lady was excellent in telling us what we should be watching out for and telling our own customers about.
So enjoy the rest of the evening. I gather there's going to be a marketing soiree now, so I hope you make some network contacts.
Exactly. More business cards.
Thanks, Ed.
Cheers.
Good evening, how are you?
Very good.
How did you find the conference?
Very good. Excellent.
Good. What stood out for you today in terms of topics?
I like the innocent guy. Thought he was very good because it's a very refreshing approach. I would imagine he'd probably get on quite well with Jay Burke because they seem to have a similar attitude to business in that they're both keeping it. I know Jay Burke's business is big if you take the whole group together, but he seems to manage to keep it in individual units. So within each of the units, people feel that they're still working for a small organisation.
Colin, what aspect of marketing are you involved in?
I work in qualitative market research, so I run a lot of focus groups. So a lot of the stuff that we were hearing there today, I was happy to hear was derived from focus groups. From Rabobank, I think, mentioned quite a few of them. Jay Burke wouldn't probably be that big of a user of what you might call mainstream marketing techniques, but then again, I think he's walking around so much that he's constantly conducting some kind of marketing, whether it's qualitative or quantitative. He has the quantitative through his statistics coming in on sales, and he has his qualitative because he said he owns his customers, so that the relationship that he feels he has is directly with the customer.
Colin, the emphasis today was on change in marketing. How is that impacting on your business?
Yeah, there's an interesting thing that happens in our business because we're getting right in close to customers and consumers and talking to them directly and listening to what they're saying. One of the problems that's happening is the more customer care departments and customer care lines that are opening up, the further people seem to be getting from their customers. Because if you talk to people, what they'll tend to want to avoid a lot of the time is calling a customer care line, because they feel that's the kind of fob off line. What they would like to do is talk direct to the CEO of the organisation or direct to somebody within the organisation who can give them a decision. But unfortunately, although we're meant to be getting closer with communications, internet, email and mobile technology, in fact what tends to be happening is that companies are getting further and further away from their consumers.
And Colin, how can we address this? Is it a case of cherry picking?
I think it's a case of companies coming down a little bit from the technology and getting carried away with the techniques and getting carried away with databases and being up to their ears in information and trying maybe to generate a little more understanding out of the information they have. And I still don't know a better way of getting to know what someone thinks than to sit down, ask them some pertinent questions and listen to clearly to what they have to say and then act exactly on that.
Thank you, Colin.
You're very welcome.
How receptive have the delegates been today to your promotions?
Very receptive.
Very good.
Yeah, good.
Good. And have they... I understand you work for a marketing company that promotes a lot in these functions.
Yeah.
How are you indeed?
How are you doing?
Great.
How did you find the conference?
Excellent, really good. The keynote speakers were brilliant, weren't they? Yeah, really good.
What particular speakers or topics stood out for you?
The Jay Burke on his successes and his failures, his honesty was particularly good. Yeah, his honesty was excellent. The Smoothie guy was brilliant. I think everyone thought he was brilliant, but he'd done that many times before, so he was very good though.
So, how does this? What aspect of marketing are you involved?
recruit marketeers. So there's a division called Marketing People, and within that we recruit marketers. So a lot of people here will be clients and candidates alike. So we're always looking for the very best.
So what lessons was there for you today in relation to recruitment?
Looking for people who are ongoing, trying to develop themselves. Even to see people here is great, and you notice I know a lot of the faces here. So people want to aspire, push the boat out a bit, get going.
Thank you, Rory.
Great. Cheers.
How did you find the conference today?
Oh, it was very good. It was a good range of speakers today, and it was very interesting.
And what sector of marketing are you involved in?
Marketing communications.
So what lessons was there for you in marketing communications?
I think go back to basics and online, how much everything is changing, and to deal directly with customers and get some more consumer insights.
Splendid, thank you. Good evening, all. How did you find the conference today?
Brilliant, good caliber of speakers. Yeah, very good.
What topics particularly you found useful?
I suppose the budgets, how to extend the budget, and suppose the innocent drinks was very good. But also Jay Berg speaking about how to kind of get the used market.
Veronica, what will you take away with today?
Oh gosh, well, first of all, after a long day, I need to digest. No, it was very good networking, and the speakers were good and gave me lots of ideas.
Thank you, Veronica.
You're welcome.
I suppose one thing I would take away from today would be a consistent message, which is to keep things simple across all communications, and things that we're aware of but we're just forgetting and we're losing sight of. It's interesting to see the different types of brands and how some are approaching things from a healthy point of view with Innocent, and then the speaker later on for Walkers, they're approaching it differently because it's obviously a different product. So it was very interesting to see how they are approaching advertising and the media and things like that.
And what aspect of marketing are you involved in?
I'm working in personal banking in the Bank of Ireland. We would be involved in the student recruitment side of things, as well as the migrants and golden years. So we'd have different segments, and obviously we would target and market them very, very differently. So it's interesting.
Internet banking, there's fair emphasis on that today, and internet business or services quite a lot. What message you get from that today?
It was quite interesting because I worked in an internet bank myself before, and there is a big issue with the fact that the bank is not there, and it's fantastic being online, but there is a frustration. I know from dealing with customers that they can't actually speak to a person face to face. There is that difficulty and that barrier there. But they are doing very well, and I have to say I do really like their advertising ads. They are very, very direct. And I like the straight talking line, because that's the way we would market our students. We would target our students. So the theme is very, very good. It's just wait and see how many people actually will go down that road.
What's your name?
Lisa Shannon.
Lisa, delightful meeting, and thank you. Ladies, closer. Okay. Welcome, Amy. I understand you've come all the way from the US.
I have indeed, yes, thanks.
How did you find the conference today?
Oh, I thought it was fantastic. I thought there was a great breadth of speakers, and as I was just saying to Tom, there is a real kind of a balance between the emotional passion of these entrepreneurs and real rational approach to marketing and measuring effectiveness. So it was a good balance. It was great. I enjoyed it.
There's quite an emphasis on the changes going on in marketing at the moment. Have you seen these already in the States, or how is it impacting on the States change?
I think there may be, we may be slightly ahead of the curve in the States to some degree. As you see today, there were a lot of statistics and things for the States, but certainly Ireland is not behind by any stretch. And I thought Alda McDonough's speech in particular, with the different models of things, she brought up a number of things that I've never even heard of, so I was taking notes frantically. So I think certainly we all learned a lot today.
What aspect of marketing are you involved in?
Kind of account planning, business development side of things, yeah.
So what do you take home to you in the States from this visit to Ireland?
That we better watch out, because Ireland is nipping at our heels in the States. So, yeah.
Thank you, Amy.
Thanks very much.
Hello.
Good evening, all. Hi.
Hello.
And your name is?
Oh, my name's Keith.
Keith. How did you find the conference today?
Oh, I thought the conference today was absolutely fabulous. Yeah, full of insights, and I think the best I've ever been at.
What topics today will you take away with that was of value?
Well, I think Alan McDonough spoke very eloquently about the experiential marketing and sort of connecting with people, and I think the whole model around consumers actually doing their own marketing is something that I think is quite interesting. I also I enjoyed Jay Burke and his honesty, and I loved his. He was talking about strategy, or somebody asked him the question about strategy, and he said, "Well, I don't have a strategy. I asked my dad, and he says, Jonathan, you should get a strategy," and he does it on the back of on a pack of cigarettes or whatever it is. So, Jonathan was very interesting.
Keith, what aspect of marketing are you involved in?
I am in an integrated communications agency, so we're a creative agency, and our idea really is to come up with one idea and integrate that across different disciplines, whether it be relationship marketing or online marketing or integrated advertising or advertising. One idea, and then we holistically overlay that across the different disciplines.
Here's a tough question. There was talk today about procurement and a procurement approach to the whole selection of marketing services. What's your views on that?
Well, I think it was a little bit unfair on the agency side. I felt that some of the things that were talked about, I don't think are practices that actually do occur within agencies. But I think that agencies do need to be much more transparent and open up their books. I know certainly we do that. And it is about a partnership going forward with clients. But, it is about paying for time, and that's what, that's where the value comes out of things.
Thanks, you, Keith.
Not at all.
Thank you.
Oh, fabulous.
Gillian, how are you?
I'm great, thanks a million.
How did you find the conference today?
I found it very interesting. I think the speakers are all very high quality, and they all had lovely different perspectives, something which was very useful. I mean, we're all coming from different angles, different consumer to consumer, business to business, whatever. So, from that point of view, it worked quite well. But, I enjoyed it. It was good value for money, and I suppose that's really the ultimate challenge.
There was quite an emphasis on internet marketing today, and even internet banking. What messages or lessons did you learn?
Well, obviously the internet side, like it or not, it's with us, and it's very useful to see it. I mean, there was lots of talk about blogging and undernets and all that kind of stuff. And yes, a jargon buster would be handy, but that's the challenge, and we need to work around it.
Julian, my son came out with that question. What is undernet? Have you? Can you got an explanation for it?
I believe Alda McDonough will help you out of that one.
Thank you. Good evening, Peter McPark.
How are you, Bernard?
How did you find the conference today?
Very good, excellent, yeah, really very good. Some great speakers.
What aspects of today topics will you bring home with you?
I think the man from PepsiCo, very good view in relation to the value of marketing and the way marketing people should position themselves within the company, and justifying, I suppose, the expenditure on marketing. I think that was particularly, illuminating from a whole range of different points of view. Again, the whole, so you could see throughout all the speeches that the internet has now had across a range of different businesses, across a range of different disciplines as well.
What aspect of marketing are you involved in?
Do I answer that? No job.
We can't edit this out.
Well, basically advising people on media strategy, and media has gone beyond, I suppose, the conventional areas of media like television and radio and press and outdoor and cinema, into again things like the internet and publishing and so on. So it's advising media owners on the one hand, but it's also advising clients, obviously themselves, on how to make the most out of their media spend, not just, as I say, in the conventional media, but elsewhere as well.
So a lot of the emphasis today was on change. We can expect more change, but what message do you get out in relation to change?
I think, again, and from the work that I've been doing over the last year, I think the effect that the net has had on a whole range of different businesses, that it's beginning to sort of change the sort of basic business models that people have taken and known and trusted for years and years, that suddenly a lot of them are being undermined by what's the technology changes that things like the internet have brought. And again, I know it's a cliche, but putting the power in the hands of the consumer for a change, and that's apparent across a whole range of different industries,
And will we see you here again next year?
I hope so, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Perfect situation. If somebody one day can really benefit from it. I think that was the idea.